Hello, uh, welcome back to my channel. Um, my name is Jose. You guys already seen my previous videos, and I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel, and thank you for all the support that I've been getting, all the feedback, whether it's whether you think it's good feedback or bad feedback. I've been like contemplating everything that has been told to me, and I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible, and this video is gonna consist of bad trips, how to handle bad journeys when you're engaging with your consciousness, and specifically it will have to do with entheogens, anything that has to do with mushrooms, ayahuasca, or peyote, things like that. I feel like they all share the same common value. They show you things that you might be afraid of, or they show you things that give you a certain perspective about life, about your own life, about how you see things. They take off those filters out of the equation. It's like you see a certain clarity. But it's very difficult sometimes because I feel like sometimes those things are very quote unquote dark, and they're dark because they're unknown, they're uncertain. They're things that we hide, that we don't let other people see, not even ourselves. We don't admit to ourselves that we could be something that could be very possible, but we really don't acknowledge that sometimes, and we ignore it. So let me go ahead and play you a quick clip. It's by Alan Watts, great philosopher, and I feel like he's more into Taoism and Zen philosophy, and I learned a lot from him. He passed away years ago, but he has a very beautiful way of just um, putting things in common sense. He has beautiful analogies, and I'm gonna play something that he talks about. This is exploring the dark side. It's a really quick clip, and then once the clip finishes, then we'll elaborate on what I want to talk about. Here he goes.
And that the main task of the psychotherapist is to do what he called to integrate the evil, to, as it were, put the devil in us in its proper function. Because you see, it's always the devil, the unacknowledged one, the outcast, the scapegoat, the bastard, the bad guy, you see, the black sheep of the family. It's always from that point that generation comes. In other words, in the same way as in the drama, to have the play, it's necessary to introduce a villain. It's necessary to introduce a certain element of trouble. So, in the whole scheme of life, there has to be the shadow, because without the shadow there can't be the substance. So this is why there is a very strange association between crime and all naughty things and holiness. You see, holiness is way beyond being good. Good people aren't necessarily holy people. A holy person is one who is whole, who has, as it were, reconciled his opposites. And so there's always something slightly scary about holy people. And other people react to them in very strange ways. They can't make up their minds whether they're saints or devils. And so holy people have throughout history always created a great deal of trouble, along with their creative results. Take Jesus, for example. Trouble that Jesus created is absolutely incalculable. Think of the Crusades, the Inquisition, the heaven only knows what's gone on in the name of Jesus. Very remarkable. Freud's a big troublemaker. Jung had a tremendous humor. And he knew that nobody can be completely honest.
Alright, so that was, the clip that I wanted to play for you guys. And I wish I could have better editing skills, but I do not, unfortunately. So once I learn the hang of this, I feel like the videos are gonna get a little bit more entertaining. Well, this is what I want to talk about, the bad journeys that you can have where you're exploring with consciousness in any way, in meditation and guided meditation, or with a psychedelic, or just simply meditating by yourself, And with my experience with psychedelics, I feel like I had bad journeys, but we're gonna take it. We're gonna start from the beginning. What to do when you have a bad journey. The first thing you need to do before you engage in any type of psychedelic, you need to be in a good place. You need to be with good people. You need to be in a very calm setting and tell yourself before you start, I am not gonna die. I am gonna be okay. This is just happening right here. Okay? Once you engage with it, once you go into your mind, into yourself, you start looking inward, and you start having dark experiences, dark thoughts, just remember to tell yourself again, I am alive, I am not gonna die, I am here, right now. This is what you gotta tell yourself. Second thing you gotta do is breathe. Just breathe as much as possible, right? Remember that you're alive, that you're not going anywhere. If you get this sudden urge to, like, I don't know, like that you feel something really dark and you don't know how to handle it, make sure that somebody's with you, someone is taking care of you, especially if you're first starting. You don't want to do psychedelics for yourself in the first time. You gotta be with somebody experienced. You gotta be with somebody that is gonna take care of you. All right, and just be sure that they're able to ground you. They're able to tell you, nah, everything's okay. Just chill, relax. You need some water, drink some water. Water is very grounding. Some people like to touch stuff. Some people like to just feel themselves. Make sure that everything is okay. Third thing is, and of course, like I said, if you're physically well, if you're not dying, you should be okay. Therefore, there's no need to call the ambulance or the police. And like I said, I encourage people to do these things in a professional manner. And if these things are illegal in your state or your country, I don't encourage you to do it. I encourage you to go obey the law. Obey the laws. And there's a lot of places where you can do this in a religious aspect. So I will look into that if I were you guys, and do them in that aspect. But of course, like I said, I cannot control people. So if you want to do this personally, and I mean, that's up to you. So I'm giving you these steps or these tips so you don't have to, so you don't get in trouble. I mean, it'd be silly if you get in trouble for something like this. So like I said, do not call anybody. You're not gonna die. So if you're tripping right now, just calm down, breathe, and tell yourself that you're still here, you're still alive, and nothing's gonna happen. Relax, okay? If you need to call a friend, call a friend. Tell them to come over if you're by yourself. If your friend is right there, talk. Just talk about good things. Good things usually, get you out of that dark side of you. All right. Having said that, if you follow those tips, I feel like you should be good in a good place. All right. But now let's talk about it in a more philosophical way, in a more conscious way, if you want to talk about it that way, or if we want to talk about it that way. What is this dark thoughts that we have? You know, things that scares us, things that we're fighting about, things that we feel like they're not us, but ultimately they are us, because just like any human being, no matter where you're from, like what's your race, what's your religion, what's your social class, we're capable of everything, whether it's good or bad. And these things are real. They're real, and the more we push them away, the more we like neglect them, they're just gonna be ticking time bomb. If we don't know, if we can't express them the right way, they're gonna come out and bite us in the ass. So what I recommend for people to do, um, I recommend embracing those dark side. You know, let it come out, talk to it, love it. You know, I know it doesn't make sense right now for people that have not engaged with these things, but when it's right in front of you, just breathe and talk to it and find out. Go towards it. You know, the more you engage with it, the better you're gonna be. The more clearance you're gonna get in your life. The more, the more, the more you're gonna embrace yourself. All right. I had issues before with stuff like that. You know, I used to repress a lot of memories. I used to repress a lot of thoughts, a lot of things that I felt like they were not me. You know, I was like, no, I can't be this, I can be that. But when I started engaging with intelligence and these things were brought up, I mean, I was like, oh man, this is real. This is me. This has always been me. So it took me a while. It wasn't just in one journey. You know, I had to like the first time it was very, very, very dark, and I had to think. I had to think a lot about what my experience was, and then after I was ready, I went ahead and did it again, and it got easier and easier, and I was able to like sort of understand or embrace, grasp, because it's not just intellectually; it has to be like from the heart, from the soul. So yeah, I recommend everybody to just to not push those things back, because the more you push them back, the more you're gonna the more you're gonna feel like you're gonna feel lost. You're gonna feel like this is not you, this is not me. You know, I need to be in control all the time. The only thing that we're actually in control of is probably our actions. Because we're not in control of our body, we're not in control of other people, we're not in control of how the world moves. We're simply in control of our actions. And what we can do with our actions can impact a lot of people. So just be aware of that. You know, just be aware that, you know, like that darkness, if you push it away, the more it's gonna build up. It's gonna be like an emotional block. You know, something like what Vice said about my situation, you know, which I acknowledge. But I have been embracing it more and more, you know, and I have been able to like express it in different ways. Also, um, once you start exploring that, you know, recognize it, start loving yourself more, then that you can start making some progress. I'm not saying like it might be the right thing, you know. I'm not sure. I'm just giving you tips from my own experiences. But I talked to other people and they agree. They agree with me, and they have been doing this, exploring the mind in different ways, not just psychedelics. And they have agreed with me, and we have come to the agreement that yes, you have to embrace this part of you. and it's very healthy to do it. So I would recommend everybody to do it, no matter what, in what practice, you know, whether it's a religious practice, meditative, spiritual, psychedelic practice, whatever you want to do it, just embrace that dark side, because it's not dark. And I'm gonna give you an analogy of what I think when I talk about darkness. It's darkness because it's chaos, it's uncertain, it's something unknown, and we're afraid of the unknown automatically. It's maybe encoded in our biology. We're still very we're still trying to catch up. Our technology is trying to catch up. Well, our biology is trying to catch up with technology. So we're still very primitive. So we act very self-defensive when we don't know what something is, or what something is new. So you have to understand the science behind it, you know. Our biology is still developing. We're still evolving. We're not fully conscious, you know. There's a lot of things that we cannot articulate with words. Having said that, just imagine somebody, you know, somebody that you are in complete control of in every aspect, you know. You're in charge of feeding that person, you're in charge of taking care of that person, you're in charge of making sure that that person lives. But for some reason, you don't really know this person, and you're kind of afraid of this person for some odd reason, even though you don't know shit about this person. And you put him in a closet, you know? You put him in a closet for, let's say, not a closet, just a dark room, you know, isolated from civilization. Like, literally, like, you don't let them come out at all. Because you're embarrassed of them, because you don't want to be seen with them, because you think that this person is might get you in trouble. You know, I don't know. But you have your reasons, like everybody else does, right? But you put them in this room and they're there for years. They try to come out every now and then, but you cannot close the door and they're like, nah, you can't come out. Not right now, you know. Anyways, time goes by and this person's there for like 50, 20, 80 years, you know. And all of a sudden this person comes out for some odd reason. He comes out like, oh, I'm tired of this shit. Boom, opens the door and all of a sudden he sees everything. He sees a new world. Like, what the fuck is all this, you know? Like, wow. He's like astonished. But this person does not how to react to this reality, does not know how to interact with it. It's very, very just scared, like full of anger, full of frustration, and doesn't know how to talk to people, doesn't know how to love, doesn't know how to like give affection, you know, scared. That's the dark side. Just an undomesticated, a very wild side of you that if you're not able to like introduce it to the society, to order, it's gonna get you in a very dark place. No, it's not gonna get you in a very dark place. It's gonna get you in trouble to a certain extent, you know. You're gonna have a bad time whenever it comes out. It can blow up on you if you don't admit to yourself that something's going on. If you don't admit to yourself that this person is you. So think about that, you know. Think about your dark side. Think about this dark side that's very beautiful if you engage with it, if you get to know it. It's very creative too, you know, because sometimes when you introduce chaos into order, man, you can do amazing things. New dance moves, art, it's chaos, and it was introduced into order when everything was ordinary, you know. New ideas come to life, and that's chaos. You know, people don't know how to react to it. So what we do with it, we either like appreciate it, we love it, we admire it. Some people fucking pray to it. Some people want to get killed, you know. So just engage with that, you know, engage with yourself, explore yourself, and when you're having these bad journeys, make sure you remember everything I told you, you know, breathe, remember that you're alive, don't call anybody that's gonna get you in trouble, and be with someone that you can trust. All right, and when you're engaging with this, just let the process be, you know, flow with it, be the process. All right, and I'm sure that your experiences will be learn experiences that will mark you for life, and you're gonna learn a lot about yourself. So let me play you one last clip from Alan Watts. This was a very interesting lecture that he has, and I really enjoy listening to him. I feel like you guys should listen to him whenever you guys get a chance. He has a lot of beautiful lectures. Like I said, this lecture is called Embracing the Dark Side, and it's beautiful, you know. And I feel like every time I listen to it, I've learned something new, you know. I've hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and have a good day. Like I said, if anyone can help me edit videos, I would really appreciate it. And I'm gonna try to make them a little bit more, I don't know, entertaining. I just want to share my experiences, my suggestions, my tips with people right now. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And wherever you are, just remember to appreciate chaos. All right? Have a good one.
But always, when you get an idea like this or a feeling like this, follow it to its extreme. Don't back out from it. If you find you're selfish, go to the extreme of what selfishness means. Confusion largely results from not following feelings or ideas to their depth. You know, people think they want to be immortal. They'd like to live forever. Do you really want to do that? Think about it. Really go into it, what it would be like. People say they want this, that, and the other. They want this kind of car, they want this kind of dress, or so on, and this much money, and so on. It's always a good idea to think it right through. What it would involve, be in that situation, to have those desires fulfilled. Also, when you form a relationship to another person, think it through too. You see? How inconvenient could they be? However attractive. And always turn the embroidery round and look at the underside, but don't get caught doing it. See, that's something one does on the side in secret, because otherwise you play the game that everything is as it's supposed to be on the front. But that makes you humorous, and that makes you human.